Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Rule here. Hope you guys doing good. And today is one of those non-Lego related videos. However, if you like history, maybe you want to consider sticking around, as I had a visit to my local war museum here in Estonia, and we actually just looked at armored train, which was really cool, and it was outside of the museum. I took a lot of footage, and some of the stuff has audio that they decided to leave in, some of it doesn't, so I'm gonna do a little bit of voiceover. So at least there's just going to be some kind of commentary and not just quiet and silence. In some spots, I'm going to just leave some original audio in there because it's maybe a little irrelevant. Like here.
This is the Russian, right? I think this is
this Swedish was Northern War.
Yeah,
Swedish, and I think this one.
This is like something that the Narva, Battle of Narva, or something like that.
Yeah, this is just pretty much the early kind of history of Estonia. They looked at some of the early ages and the Northern War. And by the way, I went to the museum together with my fellow YouTuber and Lego enthusiast, Mimicry Bricks. So go ahead and check him out. I'm gonna put his screenshot here. He has a YouTube channel. Go check him out. Yeah, so you might hear this random dialogues here and there that we have in here. Just pretty much a map of WW2 and just kind of relevant battles that were happening throughout Europe, and a little bit more of a focus on Estonia itself. As you can see, some of a kind of a German movement.
Nice. Some medals.
Even with like extra ammunition storage. Interesting.
Well, I like this Lewis gun.
Yeah, this Lewis gun is pretty cool. Probably like a cutting-edge advanced technology with this machine gun back in the day in World War I. But essentially, this room and the next one here in the museum is mostly focused on a war for independence for Estonia. For those who doesn't know, maybe just a little background, Estonia has declared independence in 1918 after the Russian Empire has collapsed. And in that short period, when the Russians withdrew and then the Germans came in, Estonia declared its independence. And we all know how things ended up for Germany during World War I. So after that, Estonia really did become independent. Then the Bolsheviks came back, and here we go. Here were the Bolshevik boys right there, all dead next to this Maxim gun. They're trying to take back Estonia. However, they were fighting on multiple fronts. They were fighting, at the time, whites. And of course, with the help of allies, Estonians were able to fight back and win the war for independence. And this is pretty cool here. Actually, we have a Lego mock. So we have actual Lego mock in the museum. I was definitely not expecting to see this. So it was a good surprise. And here we can see, I guess, a battle between the Bolsheviks, the Red Army,
Like in some kind of
and then independent Estonian army units. Just different kind of size. We have a railroad. I did really enjoy these trenches. Yeah, and here we have all the Red Army kind of getting crushed by the Estonians right here. That's right. You get Estonia flag represented. And some weapons.
If like some type of overview on what is used.
Once again, Estonians did get a lot of support from British, from the Russian whites. Here we're talking about how Estonians actually managed to take Russian city Pskov. Just some stats right here. How many people died, injured, became prisoners. And on top we see somewhat wrong, means armored train. Some of the armored train were really armored, some of them were like not really, just kind of wooden trains. And we have an APC right here, baby. Yeah, armored car. Some motors, and then some generals. I didn't read all this stuff. There's just a lot of stuff going on there. But yeah, lots of cool things to look at. Yeah, and here was really cool. I was looking at this kind of map showing how Estonians were like really close to Petrograd, which is St. Petersburg. So maybe could have taken it. I don't know.
Yeah, the Soviets nearly lost actually. They had only, I think, some reserve of sailors which they sent.
Estonian gear. These guys in the snow.
Does Estonian army had soldiers in desert?
Yeah, they went to Iraq in Afghanistan too.
Ah, okay.
There were coalition forces in there. So there was some.
Face reveal, face reveal. Oh, that's me, phones.
I have never fired a weapon in my life.
Oh, you never did? Okay.
In Germany, that's...
You should do it
you
while
need
you're
to
here.
get, like, license and
You
stuff
should
like
do
that.
it while you're in Estonia. You know that. You can do it here in Estonia, you know that, right? There's a
I
shooting
don't
range.
know when I have...
And again, back to voiceover. Yeah, just kind of different uniforms the Estonian army has. This is right now, current. Some kind of looks like even the World War II German plane tree. And here we have the woodland, and those guys getting some smoke.
With military history stuff.
I mean, if you're planning
This
to...
is also one of these British or American ones, and this is South Korean artillery.
This one was on parade, right? You know that. This
Yeah.
K9 and then also this one too.
Yeah, all vehicles on the parade here.
And just kind of more of now some World War II stuff mixed in here. We have a pack. And just generally what the Estonian military gearing is like. All this equipment that they wear.
This guy's not looking too happy. His hands tied down.
Wer macht die? Wer macht die? In German, if you put an E, it is something to make it like sweet or funny. So the Estonian language for me as a German often is quite funny.
Now here moving into more of like a World War II stuff. So we have all this World War II gearing. Some Estonians fighting, I guess, the Soviets. And here we have, after the propaganda poster, we have the kind of SS Estonian division. Well, obviously German side. Of course, then Estonians were also on both sides, and then they kind of show here the Soviets as well.
This is actually
And I think maybe the other guy was Finn.
Italian camera.
And now here we have all this kind of equipment on the Soviet side, plus the Germans.
Italian units and helmet covers.
Was it like an early war usage or is it?
No, it's like 1943 and 44, 45.
That's a late war then.
Yeah, and where? Like only in Italy and some few, like last 2 months of the war. Nothing else. You can't use it for Berlin, you can use...
And here's pretty cool. We have trenches of 2 soldiers, pretty much the SS, Waffen SS from the Estonian side, and of course, they, like I said, mentioned before, there were Estonians that sympathize more with Germans because I thought this is the way to get to the independence, and there was the ones that would fight on the Soviet side as well, and that's pretty cool. I have all this gear, and I think it depicts a Battle of Narva, if I'm mistaken.
Estonian SS boy right here.
And we have this Estonian SS, Waffen SS patch. And here they show those guys, I don't know how to really call them, but they're like the Wood Brothers or whatnot. Essentially, those are the resistance, and they were fighting against everyone. It was during the World War II, they were against the Soviets in the beginning of World War II, and then against the Germans towards the later years. And then once the Soviets came back, they kept continuing fighting even after World War II ended. Just the random patches of Estonian soldiers serving different kind of militaries in the world, in the United States mostly. I skipped that. Here we have a bunch of toys from the Soviet days, which is pretty cool. Some I still do remember as a kid myself, although they're from like 70s, 80s before my times, but I do remember a few of them, maybe from like my uncle or some relatives. I definitely remember those Gus AA, AAA trucks. Yeah, we didn't have a Lego Brickmania back then. We played with this. Oh, this is still cool. Some of them metal, some are plastic. Some pictures of kids playing.
Afghanistan.
I'm trying not to get you in the video.
I'm in.
Jeep,
Well, like
Willie.
your pants. I try not to show your face or anything. Yeah, no, I don't want to get you in there.
Yeah, during World War II, lots of American equipment was in the hands of Soviets from Land-Lease program. Again, back to the Estonians kind of in different branches of American military.
These guys are like everywhere.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised.
I think they just kind of immigrated the United States and somehow.
Yes, yeah, we are like in Germany. She was in Germany, he was in Germany. Some people make quite good.
That's the Afghan Soviet war.
Russian 80s, 90s war knocks.
That's kind of cool. I respect that. This Cold War stuff I also kind of like. So I like that. I respect this stuff. This is a typical, like, anything uniform. Any military guy in the Soviet times would just dress.
Speaking guy have a gas mask on.
Even the cops would have something similar.
They don't teach in schools now how to disassemble a K-47. Ooh, fake Lego. Here we go, fake Lego, guys. The Humvee wheel, though, you saw that?
See, I prioritize. My priority is Lego.
And this is just the room of one of the high-ranking Estonian generals, if I'm not mistaken. And this upstairs museum, there's lots of weaponry out there. And you're looking at pepper shop. And there's some AKs and Soviets and German kind of weapons. Lots of cool stuff. This is during the Estonian independence time. Just kind of shows the different type of uniforms they used to wear. Different medals, patches, insignias, that kind of stuff.
This 3-line thing. This came from Denmark.
So it's like a mix of different kind of German, Soviet styles.
This is an MET cake? Kike?
Also, let me see. Insignias.
Yeah, this is just different kind of unit insignias and medals or whatever else this is. I mean, in Estonia, in Estonian army.
School, or war school, military school.
A lot of them are just kind of the cities or areas in Estonia.
In Estonia, I never experienced a museum which was full.
100%. In Estonia, if you go to any kind of museum or just anywhere generally, it's not a lot of people. So you're gonna have a lot of free space, like me right now, just recording this stuff. And here's just more or less more of uniforms that Estonian army, independent army, I guess before the Soviets came in 1940s. Yeah, this is the uniforms that they used to have. Yeah, this is just kind of the office of one of the high-ranking generals. I didn't read too much of background on this guy, but just kind of shows you, I guess, the interior. I mean, cool furniture. They don't make it like that anymore. Definitely not IKEA. Ain't cheap. This is back to the same general. I can't remember his name. He had all this kind of, I don't know if it's all his, but some kind of awards and ribbons and all kind of, I don't know, cool stuff, I guess. He had his career in like Imperial Russia and served in independent Estonia. And then he got essentially sent out to Gulag. And more stuff like armory. This is a Russian Empire. Yeah, that guy, yeah, he did. I guess he didn't make it. And this is more like a modern stuff. This is how Estonian army trains and how they camp out. Hide in the woods. I don't know why they're hiding. And they're not hiding. No, they're not. Just kidding. Yeah, no, exactly. This is how they are set up in the woods during at least the training and the kind of gear they wear. So that was kind of cool to see. Here we go. That's showing that as well here on TV screen. And this was one of the coolest rooms that I've seen. We have all this kind of German equipment. All the uniforms right here that we're looking at.
So you have the full gear. All the German Oakley.
I write something in German.
It's good to see all this. I mean, all the stuff you see in Lego, it's fine, but then when you really see it in real life, all those machine guns, STGs.
This is cool. They didn't have that last time here. Okay, this is the before 1943 Soviet uniform.
Oh, Machine gun's looking good. Anti-tank.
Yeah, I can read it.
Even my German.
Here we go. We have another Waffen SS Estonian division right here. Yeah, he had the Estonian patch. Looks like an officer too, some high-ranking guy. That lightning bulbs on his collar.
Look at this German SS uniform. This is nice. So this is the .44.
And just want to mention something. After we took this footage, my buddy here that we're walking around the museum with, he happened to be from Germany, and he mentioned that in Germany during World War II, like Germans were really not super fancy with their camouflage naming. So like you will never have like this oak cliff or summer oak cliff and that kind of stuff. It would be just at least that's what he said. It would be like a colored uniform, number this and this and that, and same thing with this P.44. It'd just be like a P-shaped uniform. So I guess more on practical side than fashionable side. And here we got some grenades. I think this is like anti-personnel, explosives, bunch of pistols. Pistols with grenades.
Parabellum gun.
Parabellum means
6 cigarettes.
for the war in Latin. That's why the shop is called. You buy Lego soldiers to prepare for Lego war, in a sense.
Mahorka is cigarettes. Soviet cigarettes. Tobacco.
North of Kursk.
Yeah.
It was one place where the Russians.
Oh yeah, we got a Stug knife.
Similar one.
Here we're actually now in hangar, which is like all the kind of different type of equipment is stored. All kind of stuff. We have the World War II and to the recent days.
Arcane and in Mali and Ukraine.
Yeah, using crane. What is this?
That's like a Swedish APC or something. They got the Soviet WAZ. Yeah, I was in this thing a couple of times, and this is the Soviet stuff too. This is a pretty cool thing. I just wanted to say a couple of things about it. This actually is an Estonian company that manufactures it, and it's used more like in the war times to transport like goods, logistics, but it can also have kind of like a turret, like armed turret on top. And I think Russians put a bounty on that kind of vehicle. And here we have first Estonian president. I think the first since 1991. I mean, since the collapse of the Soviet Union. That's his Mercedes-Benz.
No.
And we have our Swedish little half tracks. I think Estonian Army had a few of those.
EDRM actually is. Like, usually the Lego themselves are much smaller.
Some Soviet relics.
This is so outdated, man. This is like last century.
We have BMP right there. BMP 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, this is the Flak Panzer.
Soviet Flak Panzer, to be more precise.
Oh, this is the destroyed Russian tank.
T62? Or which was the version?
This is probably, yeah, this is probably, or T-72. Yeah.
And this tank right here used to be a monument in a city called Narva. And people used to bring flowers to it during the Victory Day from like the Soviet days. And a lot of people, especially the Russian speakings, were not super happy when this one got taken apart and moved to the museum. I just want to put that there. And now we're back to destroyed Russian tank from the Ukraine conflict. That one was destroyed by, I'm trying to read on it what happened. I can't remember exactly, but there was multiple hits. The turret came off, it burned, it's missing a wheel. And yeah, some of these monuments again from World War II were taken down in Estonia and put into a museum.
Look at the flag, baby, flag.
Flag?
Right here.
Also, Flak.
Or,
Flugabwehrkanone.
I'm just saying how the Americans say it.
I do have Brickmania flag and I love it. Now this is the Soviet, again another relic, anti-air relic, used by some insurgencies. Put it on the Tiros. Yeah, I was having a good time, as you can tell.
Yeah, there's a lot of artillery that it's not been built at all.
Or really bad.
Yeah, oh, this is this. I recognize this guy. This is definitely Russian.
Yeah, lots of artillery, lots of anti-air in this hangar. Now some back 40s.
Out of all the places you think you'll have a K-47, Texas is the place to do. There's like at least one guy that died.
And this section is entirely dedicated to Iraqi war, which Estonia was part of as a coalition forces. Has a small number of troops. Alright, that's pretty much end of my footage of Estonian War Museum. I do appreciate your patience and you stick around for the whole entire video. Thank you for that. I hope you found it a little bit interesting. And put a like, subscribe. Bye for now.